Astrid. I'm the founder and CEO of Kresge. For those who don't know Kresge, it's a brand of men's swimwear based here in Miami. It's known for our colorful and vibrant prints, and also the little bracelets you have on your table as a gift.
And I'm Alex. I'm the creative director of Kresge. I'm in charge of all the visuals of the company and photography.
We actually got started 2 years ago, roughly. I was working in finance. I had studied business in a very entrepreneurship-focused school, and so I always wanted to start my own business. I just wasn't sure in what or when or how I was going to do it. So I was 5 years into finance, and I started asking myself all these questions about what I wanted to do in the future. And that's when Alex and I happened to be living together here in Miami, and we were brainstorming every night on ideas on what we were going to do. We thought about a website and then changed our mind. Then we thought about a restaurant and then changed our mind. Until finally, it hit me one time. I was on vacation with my boyfriend at the time, and he was wearing these shorts, which I had gotten for him. And I just felt like I was tired of the shorts. Like I wanted to see him wearing something different. So when I went online to look for swimwear, I couldn't find anything that I liked, and that was within luxury brand, high end, that was well made with quality and with details. So that's when the idea clicked, and I called Alex up and I said, hey, what do you think if we start a men's swimwear brand? And she loved the idea, and ever since we've been working on our project here in Miami.
And which one of you actually designed? Did both of you design?
We both designed, yes.
And Alex, you shoot everything?
Yeah, I'm the photographer and videographer, and I take care of all the visuals, like from the tags, the packaging, the displays, the pop-ups, and basically we talk over every single idea. Like I bring all the projects to Astrid, we discuss it together, and then we both make it into reality.
How has social media impacted what you guys are doing?
Right now we have Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, YouTube, Vimeo, so we're all in with all the social media, and it has worked great for us. It's a great tool because it's a way for us to reach out to so many people around the world and not just Miami. And throughout our travels and giving out the bracelets and talking about the brand, we have noticed the increase of followers from worldwide, and that makes the brand spread even more.
How are you guys growing your numbers?
It's basically inspiration. Like every day we look at the pictures that we've taken so far and just feel inspired with a quote and trying, because it's a way to communicate with your audience, with your clients. We basically don't focus that much on like selling and because it gets to a point where people don't want to be sold all the time. So in this case, we try to people to fall in love with the brand through what we believe in. Try to be inspiring, and that has worked for us.
Do you merge your personal life with your social media? And if you do, how do you feel about that? And if you don't, why not?
We do, to a certain point. I mean, Alex and I are a big part of Kresge. Kresge is basically us. Everything that you see behind is Alex and I. So it's important, to tell that story. People like hearing that story without making it too personal. Like whenever we travel, we take pictures, we take videos. We have Alex, thankfully, who is our in-house photographer and videographer. So we have tons of content. And we do add a bit of ourselves to our Instagram, because it's important for people to know who's behind the brand, what's behind the brand, what we stand for, and all those things, not just the product, because Kresge is much more than just swim shorts and bracelets. There's a big story behind it, and for us it's very important to communicate that story and for all of our followers and fans to know what Kresge is all about. And a big part of that is Alex and I.
You guys are sisters and you work together. How does that affect your relationships with each other? Because, there's going to be arguments always, there's going to be disagreements. I guess with sisters, no matter what, you guys are stuck together, so you guys are fighting out, you're still going to love each other in the end. But with your best friend, maybe not so much. How does it work?
And for us, Astrid and I complement each other really well. We're like the left side of the brain and right side of the brain, as you would say. Like Astrid's a structured person, analytical. She knows how to take things into action, and I'm like the dreamer. You know, like I'm the passionate, the creative, and so every time I have an idea, like I just express it to her, and she makes it a reality. When you have your own business, it's hard. You know, sometimes you're in ecstasy and super happy, and then other times you pass through hard times. You know, and it's not easy. And we also work like sort of like a seesaw. Like when I need help, she helps me, and when she needs it, I'm there for her. So
you guys find your balance.
yeah.
And you guys are women who are designing men's swimwear. So how do you feel about that? Has it made things easier for you? Has it made things harder for you?
You know, it's very exciting to design for men. Women have so many options, and us, like we've always been huge consumers of resort wear and bathing suits, and men really don't have that many options. So it's really exciting to be able to offer those options to them that they really didn't have before, you know? And they're also much more simpler as well. You know, with women, we have to try things on 10 times before we choose. We look it up, we research, we go to the mall, we try it on, we put it up. And men, it's just like, okay, I want it. I like it, what's my size? They don't even try it on. So it's interesting. It's definitely a different dynamic, but what really excites us the most is to be able to offer those options for men, especially in swimwear, because really there's not too many options.
And what makes your swimwear different? I know that you're colorful. Like, how is Miami responding to that, and what makes you different?
I would say the prints. We put a lot of effort into every department, including the quality, but I would say the thing that stands out the most is the color and the prints, which are very different. All of our collections are inspired in art, and this collection is Wayu. So it's Wayu art from Venezuela and Colombia. And it's different. Like what you see out there in the market, it's usually like pale colors or solids. So it's different.
So you guys all work in fashion, and you know there are a million people that want to work in fashion. It's glamorous, it's fun. But what's been the hardest struggle for each of you?
For us, it's basically dealing with uncertainty. I think that's something that defines a startup. Any kind of startup in fashion or in any industry is really when you're starting a business is you have no idea what's going to happen, what the end product is going to look like, if people are going to like it, how the market is going to react. All these things, all these question marks, and you really have to stay focused and motivated and really stay passionate and inspired with your dream because there's a lot of setbacks and a lot of challenges along the way, and yeah, it's about how you deal with them.
And what is your advice for someone who's looking to take their passion for fashion or otherwise and turn it into a business?
For us, first of all, find a good team. For me, I think that's the most important thing of all. And also listen to good advices. Like be cautious of who you listen to, because some advices might push you down and others could push you forward. And it's very important at this times when there's so much uncertainty to just go there and follow your dream and don't stop. Don't stop. There's no. It's like you're in a race.
I think for me, what I would recommend anyone starting a business is to not just do it for the money, you know, just do it for the passion, do it for a greater cause. You know, what has helped us tremendously is since the beginning, we always knew that we wanted to make a difference with whatever we were doing. You know, and we really put a lot of work and research into finding what that cause was going to be. And so after a lot of researching and meeting with different organizations, we decided to support 1% for the Planet, which is a nonprofit through which we donate 1% of our annual revenue into environmental initiatives. And that has helped us tremendously, you know, like it keeps us inspired, the team inspired. It also brings a lot of good things in terms of press, in terms of customers that really care about what they're buying. They're just not just buying a product, but they're contributing towards a greater cause. And that brings a lot of fulfillment. I think that nowadays, with the way the world is right now, it's a must, especially for young people like us. Anyone starting a business to really consider, you know, what else can I do aside from building my product and my brand and wanting to make money, but what is that greater cause? And for us, it's the planet. For other people, it might be something else, but it's about finding what that passion is.
What is that defining moment? Because we all have one, where you're like, I've made it. Like, this is happening. Like, this is real. What was that moment for you?
For me, I think success is really just being happy with what you're doing, and we feel that every day. You know, when I wake up in the morning and I know that, you know, there's Kresge to work on, I get super excited, and it's I really value that feeling, you know, because before I was doing something else. I was working in finance. It wasn't my passion. It was great. I learned a lot that I'm applying now. And it was a great experience, but I just didn't have that feeling. So now, like, I really appreciate it every day when I wake up or when we're doing something, we're building something, just let it sink in that we're working on our passion. That's very fulfilling for me.
And every morning we come up with different ideas, and there's a new task to be done. There's a new project, there's a new excitement. So, I mean, since the beginning, like when the idea came up, when we had the fashion show, even here right now, this is a milestone for us. You know, this is big. It's our favorite place, surrounded by our favorite people, and it's very exciting. Each step creates a big excitement for us.
What's coming up next for you?
For Kresge? So a lot of exciting things coming up. We're doing a lot of things here in Miami. The goal is to really focus on Miami. It's a great place to be for swimwear and for these vibrant, colorful prints. The response has been great, and we're looking forward to increasing our product line and making and really establishing the Kresge's presence here in Miami. We're very much looking forward to Art Basel. Art Basel is huge for us. We did a pop-up during Art Basel last year. It was great, and we had Badu, the gentleman here, walking around Art Basel, all the fairs, wearing the swim shorts, which was really cool. And this year we're planning also different things for Art Basel, and what really excites us the most is being able to have Art Basel right next to us. You know, we don't even have to travel, we have it here. And whenever there's Art Basel, we really try to make the best out of it. Especially Alex, like she's the one she can't miss one fair during Art Basel. She has to see everything. So we're looking forward to this year's Art Basel and to getting more inspiration as well.
Hi ladies, my name is Chris. I just want to say thank you for the wonderfully informative discussion. As a fellow entrepreneur, I really admire what you're doing, and I wish you much continued success. My question is, if you were to do something over or some things over, what would they be and why? Thank you.
Lots of things. I think if I were to do it all over again, maybe I would have started a bit earlier. It's just so exciting what we're doing, and like I said before, I was working in a different job, and maybe I didn't have to do it for that long, you know. Maybe I could have done it before and have this feeling that I'm feeling now for Kresge, maybe before. But you know, everything happens at the right time, so we trust that. And
there are certain details looking at the big picture, I think it all happened the right way. Everything happened consecutively for a reason. But then there's special details, like for example, the website. Don't be that perfectionist, you know, like launch it, you know. When you focus so much into making things perfect, sometimes you lose time. So for me, that's it. I mean, it has to do with everything. Having the perfect, like, the terms and conditions perfect to launch it, you know, it's about why don't you launch it first, you know, get going with a website and start selling.
There's a quote that we love. It's called, it says, perfectionism is the enemy of progress. So we try to see it all the time because, you know, sometimes, especially when it's your own business, you want everything to be perfect because it's ultimately a reflection of you. And sometimes you just gotta let it go. And like Sari said, just launch and see what the reaction is gonna be.
For a really long time as well. So one quick question. One of the hard things when you're growing a company, because I've had my own business as well, is at first it's all the fun and games. you're getting your product out, and finally the product is getting seen, people are liking it, but then growing the company, that's the hard part. The organizational skills that it takes, hiring, what structure you're going to give your company. Coming from finance and from corporate, a lot of times you want to build the company as corporate does. But how have you girls grown your company as far as hiring and structural and organizational side of the company?
I think hiring for us has been key. Like we really want to have people on our team that believe in our culture and the culture that we're building with Kresge, and that are on the same page, that have the same values and that really believe as much as we do in our dream. So I think whenever you're growing your company, whatever that is, and hiring is a big part of it, I think that's the number one question to ask yourself when you're interviewing someone is this person, not just experience, because you can train anyone for experience, but they need to have the right attitude, and it's all about having the right attitude and about really believing in what you're doing, because when you have a startup, it's all about believing. Because it's a dream, it's not like an established business where everything is there and you know what it's all about. You're really building something from scratch. So it's important to really add people to the team that can live up to that vision.
And basically, when you have a startup, you're discovering the needs of the company, so you don't know them right away. And it's a whole evolution. We all have to be multitaskers until we define each one's role, which person is better for what role, and that's part of what we have in Kresge. We let our employees discover on their own what they like to do the best, because that's what they will do the best.
I think that if you don't have, like Sari said, there's a ton of things in starting a company that are not that much fun. Like the legal side or the accounting side and all these things. If you don't have a partner that actually has those skills and enjoys doing it, it's about finding people that can actually help you and building that team and filling in those gaps. I think that's what needs to happen in order to succeed.
As entrepreneurs and as business owners, you guys know that you have to pivot your direction over time. Everything has to rotate on you to pivot. How have you guys changed with your brand and how has your brand changed?
I think it's always important to stay open to change, especially with a startup. Like every day there's changes. Like it's funny, Hennessy's here, she's one of our interns. She walks into the office every day and she's like, oh my God, what are all these changes? Because overnight, literally everything changes. And I think it's important to have that flexibility to change and to really be open with feedback or not just feedback, but identifying opportunities and be ready to shift. Because it's all about shifting and pivoting and making sure that you're always moving forward. And that involves a lot of change as well.
Thanks for hosting and for being part of this. We're very, very happy that you're here. We would like to invite those of you who are not